Hey guys, Marstinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today, earlier, we had an announcement on JP, this artwork here in the game, for what seems to be a new VIDEL. So reactions were certainly mixed. Due to the time of year, a lot of people immediately started speculating that this was some sort of April Fool's thing, because in the past they have released like teasers for the April Fool's event a little bit before the event comes out, but it's usually not this early. And so from some of the translations that we've seen, obviously in the time since this was first posted, I believe Goresh has posted something talking about some of the language that's used in the post, seems to indicate that it isn't an April Fool's, because normally those announcements are worded in such a way where it's kind of obvious that it's a joke. Whereas this seems to be the normal way that they introduce new Dokkan festivals. So I decided to post a poll over on the community tab. So shout out to everybody who did vote. It's got 656 at the time of recording. So as you can see, it says, is VIDEL the next Dokkan Festival JP, or is this just an early April Fool's event reveal? Seems a bit early to me, but you never know. And as you can see, 38% of you thought it was for a Dokkan Fest, and 62% think that it is for an April Fool's event. So it's interesting. We're going to look at some of the replies. Like I said, I do think at this point it's quite likely it is a Dokkan Fest. It's not 100% confirmed, so it'll be very interesting. But a lot of the comments seem to echo the same sentiment. So like this guy says, there's no way VIDEL will be a Dokkan Fest unit on her own. It's either a unit that is VIDEL and someone else, or it's just for April Fools. And then this guy says about the fact it could be a teaser like the April Fool's Yamcha. Only thing is, I don't see her awakening into a VIDEL post. Spopovich will be as well received for April Fools. Yeah, exactly. She's not a unit that really fits in with like an April Fool's type thing, because VIDEL, while she is only a human, we see from like the beginning of the Buu saga, she's one of the first human characters in the series for a long time that actually, like, you know, kind of starts to learn and appreciate like what the Z fighters are doing, and just doesn't immediately assume that it's all tricks and things like that. And she learns how to use ki and learns how to fly from Gohan. So she's not like a useless character. So she's not the kind of character that you would associate with being like a joke character. But yeah, so this guy says if she is, then it's about time. Her, Chi-Chi and Yamcha need Dokkan Fest exclusives. They went early with the dating April Fool's joke, so seems likely. They did do that thing before where they often do the April Fool's thing like it's a joke game mode. So there was that one where it was going to be like a dating sim, I think. And then I think it was that year where they released that card that is all the Peppy Gals together, but unfortunately it's just a trophy card that sits in your box and you can't actually use it, which is unfortunate. We all know it's going to be a VIDEL that turns out to be Garlic Jr. in disguise. The Garlic Jr. gang making their way into every Dokkan post. Defensive unit if she's real. She isn't an April Fool's for sure. They don't tease April Fool's on the 29th. It would be announced on Global. Yeah, that's the other thing. So Global, we were kind of expecting, I put that video out earlier about the fact that we don't really know what's coming up next for Global. And we could have potentially seen an announcement in the news this morning, but we didn't. And I feel like if they were going to advertise the April Fool's event today, because the time difference between those news updates is only a couple of hours, I feel like it potentially would have been on Global as well, although that's not necessarily the case. So if we see this announcement appear on Global in the next news update, which when this video goes up, it'll probably be sometime just under like 12 hours. If it appears tomorrow morning in the news, then it's more likely that it's an April Fool's. But again, with the schedules being so messed up, it could be a both versions at the same time kind of thing. Although I would say that is probably the least likely possibility. But so let's hope it's real. Been wanting more representation for the side characters for years. It's criminal that we don't have a good Bulma card. True. If this is an April Fool's card, my god, the outcry. DFE, VIDEL, and then a Part 2 LR Ultimate Gohan. Now that would be awesome, because with the current meta and the difficulty level for some of the tough events, we don't really have a really good Ultimate Gohan, because obviously Tech Gohan starts off as Gohan Teen and then transforms into Ultimate Gohan. Now obviously with the same name update, they don't really need to worry about that anymore, but we don't have a unit that starts off as Ultimate Gohan. There is like a current top tier meta unit, so a Part 2 LR Ultimate Gohan would be pretty awesome. Unit super attack with Gohan, again, that would be something that I could see happening for sure. Probably Peppy Gal's leader, because that's the thing, Peppy Gal's still doesn't have a 170% like Dokkan Fest leader skill unit, so this definitely could be her, and then couple that alongside something else. Depending on her banner, I might summon. I feel like they're going to make her banner like fire just to make up for the fact that it's Videl, so I would imagine that we could see like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta return for the first time. Maybe Kefla if it is going to be a Peppy Girls banner. And then, of course, there will be a side unit as well, but we'll talk about that a little bit more. Where's my Hachiak Dokkan Fest at? On your own, I think. Dokkan players are really disrespecting Videl. Videl's a playable character in fighters. Of course, she could be a Dokkan Fest exclusive. That is very true. Don't a lot of her like super attacks involve Gohan or like Saiyaman? So, again, that could factor into the partner super. Got the both versions thing. Like another few people being surprised. This is an interesting response though. What if she is a Dokkan Fest for an April Fool's celebration? Because that's something we've never had before. The April Fool's thing is usually only a very small celebration, only lasts for like a couple of days or a week at most, and sometimes, you know, the best we get is like a farmable card. But they've never done an actual proper banner for it before, so that could be something interesting. At this point in the game, we can't really ever say that anything is off the table because of some of the crazy stuff that the game has been doing lately. So, and then yeah, a couple of other people saying that it's just potentially a joke. So if we have a look on the wiki here, we've got a couple of Videl cards. In terms of the SSRs, there's only really this main int one that awakens to TUR. She's kind of good. I could see her potentially getting an easy A with the celebration that comes alongside this. And then we do, of course, have the farmable one from the Broly Second Coming story event. And they've been focusing on movies a lot recently, so there is a possibility, I guess, that the Videl could be related to the second Broly movie. But obviously, she has short hair, and in the movie she's wearing this dress that's in the card art. And she can obviously already fly and use ki at this point. So the art, as we remember from the actual tweet, is Videl with the pigtails. So I don't think it is going to be the movie one. But you never know. So potentially this is another buff for Majin Buu Saga, which, you know, getting to be one of the fullest and most powerful, well, not most powerful, I guess, but the just wide range of utility that category has. So when we look at Videl, this is going to be the biggest problem, I think, for selling this card to people, and why, if she is going to be a Dokkan Fest exclusive, she needs to be really, really good. Because the two main issues that she's going to have, regardless of, you know, super attack, passive skill, they could give her some really good, really interesting stuff. But what's going to be important is when we look down here at her links. So this int one has champion strength, not common at all. Cold judgment is good. Money, money, money. Courage, not very common. Battlefield Diva obviously is good for Peppy Gals, and then Shattering the Limit. So the new one would have Fierce Battle if she's a Dokkan Fest. And then she's on Peppy Gals, Majin Buu Saga, and Earthlings. Now, they could put her on World Tournament, I guess, because like the Pigtails one who's learning the ki and the flight from Gohan is essentially for like preparing for the World Tournament. So she could be on there. That's another category that does really need a buff. Could even potentially be her leader skill. And then, of course, there is the possibility that she introduces a new category. And then, of course, she would be on that as well. And I assume a lot of the other Videls would be retroactively added into that. But there is quite an easy way to get around this problem. And that is to give her some sort of support passive. So not necessarily anything crazy, but it reminds me of when AGL Turles was first added to the game. Not a lot of people were super hyped about Turles as a character, and when you looked at his kit, like in general it wasn't too crazy, but because he gave 40% attack and 3 ki to all allies, so there's no restriction, he suddenly became a really desirable unit because you could use him on pretty much any team that he would fit on, and then he would be supporting everybody really well. So if she lacks in things like key links and solid attack links, I mean, they could give her links like Infighter, maybe Supreme Power, because that's a common link for Majin Buu Saga characters. But her biggest issue when linking her up with non-Peppy Gals, like units that have Battlefield Diva, is going to be ki. So if she gives ki support in her passive, that kind of gets around that issue. And then as long as she has things like Supreme Power, she's going to have Fierce Battle, like she's going to have some attack links active with other units. So they definitely have ways around like the dodgy link set if they choose to stick to this kind of link set. So we definitely need to wait and see like how good she's going to be. Obviously, at the moment, we have a post up on the 5-9 Twitter for you guys to give us your fan-made designs for her kit. So that's going on at the moment, so make sure you check that out. And then, yeah, I think... Oh, yeah, I did open up the movie one here. So, again, see, she has Infighter. Cold Judgment is good. Blazing Battle is not a good link. And then, yeah, she has Money, 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 Courage, and Battlefield Diva as well. So, Infighter is a pretty decent link. And, of course, you would have Fist Battle. And this Videl is on Movie Heroes, but obviously the other one would not be. So, in terms of side units, units that she could work really well with, I think a lot of these Gohans, whether it is literally a Great Saiyaman or if it is like a Super Saiyan, I guess Great Saiyaman, any Great Saiyaman unit name, so it would include these Super Saiyan ones, or any Gohan teen I could see being like her unit super attack restriction, because obviously there's quite a few of these, and her celebration could easily bring easy A's for like this physical Great Saiyaman who could really use one. Like he was a decent card when he got his TUR Awakening originally, but obviously he's very much dropped off the meta now. And then we've just got like High School Gohan, one of the best super type support units. Like if she has a unit super attack with a teen Gohan and actually gets some decent links, the fact that he's a support, they would then go really well together on a rotation. And then, of course, there's this Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. He really needs an easy A. He's a support unit as well. And then if we scroll all the way down, we've obviously got the free-to-play Gohan and Videl card and the Saiyaman. I don't know why they name these differently, but the Great Saiyaman 2 and 1, they could quite easily get easy A's for free-to-play cards. And then, of course, the Friend Summon LR Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, if they were to get an easy A, they could be really good because they're a really solid support unit already. And like I said, if her passive, if she has a unit super attack that involves any Great Saiyaman unit, then obviously this LR would trigger that restriction as well. So she could potentially be really good. So I'm interested to know what you guys think. Like, what would they have to do for this Videl to make you interested in summoning for her? Because some people... Obviously, some people focus on only summoning for characters they like and then skip characters they don't like, and then other people will summon for a unit if the card is really good, regardless of who the character is. So if you're one of those people, if they make her card good enough, then Videl definitely could be a good Dokkan Fest. So it's a very interesting choice. It is cool to see some of the other characters getting some love, and this always happens where when they release like a random niche character, everybody comes out saying, oh, why didn't they release this other random niche character instead? But this kind of shows that they're at least willing to try and start doing that. So, you know, things like Hachiat, Garlic Jr., Dokkan Fest Ginyu, all of those things are potentially possible, and the fact that they're trying other Dokkan Fests who aren't just Saiyans or Fusions is definitely an interesting step for them to take. So let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.